Hey guys, welcome back to Maison Malli. I'm Ashmalli and today we are talking the Dior Scandal. But guys, don't forget, if you haven't subscribed to my channel already, you can do so down below. You guys can also find me over on Instagram where I make daily reels just talking about things that I love, fashion, coffee, the remodel of my house. If those are things you're into, you can find me right here. Let's chat Dior. So you guys already know I'm a self-proclaimed Dior girly, right? I always say me and Dior go together real bad. I love Dior. It's my favorite fashion house. I love it for its romance, how whimsical it is. The house is beautiful, Maison, so different categories. Dior is just the bomb to me, right? So much to my surprise, someone commented on one of my previous videos and said, you know, I love your Dior section. If you guys haven't seen my closet reveal, I'll link it for you. But they said they love my Dior section and they're like, but I don't know with the scandal. And I'm like, scandal? What scandal? Apparently I've been behind. There is a Dior scandal happening right now. So here's the tea on it. Dior has been sanctioned by the Italian court. So this is a situation that's happening over in Milan, Italy right now. Apparently Dior has been under investigation for a few months now and it's pretty much a wrap. It's proven facts. It is what it is. It's really happening. And the Italian Milan courts have sanctioned Dior. Now I did find an article on Forbes that kind of gave us all of the information. So I'm going to read just little bits and pieces so that we can chat about it. So essentially what's happening with this situation is that Dior is being slammed for having unethical, inhumane working conditions in what people are calling pretty much sweatshops in Italy. From what I've gathered, Dior employs about 3 or so factories. These factories are owned by the Chinese, and these factories have inhumane working conditions, right? So they've been sanctioned, as I said previously, and this is what Forbes had to say. It says, while Dior was not held criminally at fault, it found that Dior was negligent by failing to take appropriate measures to check actual working conditions or technical capabilities of contracting companies. So here are some of the claims that are being made about these factories that Dior has hired to, you know, make leather goods, right? It says some workers were forced to sleep in the factory to have manpower available around the clock 24 hours per day. It says data mapping of electricity consumption showed seamless day-night production cycles, including during holidays. So what that's essentially saying is that these people have no quality of life. They're working around the clock 24 hours a day to get these leather goods out for Dior. It says manufacturing equipment safety devices had been forcibly removed to allow workers to operate faster. So all safety measures on these machines have been removed so that, again, they can churn out these bags at a faster rate. And it also says a number of workers were illegally immigrated into Italy and had no regular contracts. So again, not good. Illegal immigrants working in these factories, undocumented. We all know what that means. They're being paid less. They're not being treated fairly, so on and so forth. This is the part. It says these unethical practices allowed one manufacturer to supply a made in Italy Dior branded handbag for $57 that Dior sold for $2,800. So what's atrocious about this is that, of course, Dior is doing this to get the made in Italy stamp, right? But they're doing it under these inhumane, unethical standards, and they're paying $57 for these bags, but they're selling it to us for $2,700, right? So to just summarize that for you, Dior spent about $1.6 million with that one factory for that year, and the profit on that was $80 million. 80 million. Spend 1.5 million and the profit is $80 million. 48 times the markup. So now we get to what I think about all of this. Guys, I am a former LVMH employee and I'm going with it's all very true. Okay? I want you guys to put this into perspective. I was an LVMH employee at Louis Vuitton in California. California has some of the strictest employee laws in the US. California is known as that state where you don't want to have your business because all the laws are made in favor of the employees. and my store was like beyond unethical. Like, my director used to make us take our work phones home, so we were essentially working when we were not in the store. Not allowed in the state of California, right? I would call in sick and say, oh, my back is hurting, and my manager would be like, well, you want to be full-time, are you sure you want to take the day off? What? So I think just based on how I have been treated as an LVMH employee who is, you know, above board, not an illegal immigrant, I have everything working for me, I can only imagine the way that these people who are, you know, illegal immigrants, not being paid well, under the radar, how they were being treated. Because I have the state of California looking out for me. These people didn't have anybody looking out for them, you know? So I completely believe it. I do believe that LVMH is a money hungry corporation on a whole. Being honest, Bernard Arnault, he is like the richest man in the world, and for me, you don't just get there by playing nice and being ethical and being compassionate. I feel as though every friend that I've had that has worked for a company that was taken over by LVMH, things have gotten worse. I've had friends at Tiffany's who, once it got taken over by LVMH, it was just like they didn't want to work there anymore based on like the working conditions and things like that. So LVMH is not a great place to work for. I love Dior as a brand, and I always said to myself, I would never work there. It would be very easy for me to be hired at Dior. I have great luxury retail experience, but I was like, I cannot ruin my favorite brand by working there, because I just know it's not the same experience working there as it is shopping there, as I've heard from people who have worked there, because I know quite a few people. Also, I think this is very apparent in, let's just even say, the Louis Vuitton quality of bags. You guys have seen how the quality of LV bags has gone down over the years. I would not be surprised, and don't quote me, this is just my thought and my feeling, that Louis Vuitton is doing the same kind of business, because they're constantly churning out these bags at a rapid pace. These bags are quite pricey, and it's no longer about the craftsmanship. Like, when you pay for a designer bag, you're paying for the exclusivity of the brand, right? You're paying for the quality, and I feel like those are just things that are not there anymore, especially with brands like LV. You can walk in and get any bag you want. Everything is mass produced, and the bags are falling apart. Now, I do have two Dior bags. They're right up there. I don't know if you guys can see them. I'll tilt up a little. So I've got my Bobby, and I've got my saddle. I really want a Lady Dior. And I haven't had any quality issues so far, but very skeptical going forward. I don't know. I mean, I love Dior. It's hard. Am I going to say I'm never going to shop there again? That's probably not true. But I'm really happy that they were sanctioned. I'm really happy that they're being forced to take accountability. And I really hope that they, you know, can turn this around, because this isn't the brand that I've grown to love and respect. And when I go to 30 Montaigne, it's such a whimsical experience. And to know just another country over, they have people working in sweatshops, that just, it's very disheartening. So I just wanted to give you guys my little 2 cents on what I thought about this scandal, because I'm always talking about Dior on my channel. You guys know how much I love the brand. You guys, drop it in the comments down below. Let me know, what do you think about this scandal? Does this mean that you're never going to purchase Dior again? Do you believe what they're saying? Inquiring minds want to know. Yeah, y'all, well, I just got home from work. I meant to shoot this video this morning, but like my camera's battery was dead. Everything wasn't working out, so I was really committed to coming home, shooting this video so I could share my thoughts with you guys. So as always, thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you guys next time.